Check me out. If somebody was to ask you who is the greatest rage baiter in anime, probably start thinking Zero from Gintama, Gojo from JJK, or the nigga who wrote that trash ass Rent a Girlfriend manga, whoever the fuck. Let me stop before they get rid of me like they did Digital House. So you covered Rent a Girlfriend, he ain't been back since. And this is my first video, so imagine what they finna do to me. Let me stop for real. Anyways, let's get back on topic. Today I'm finna discuss this nigga Izaya Orihara from the super underrated anime Durarara. This dude is such an elite rage baiter, I don't understand why there are no videos on him, or Durarara as a matter of fact. So I figured I'd get into my CJ the Champ and Zep Firebag and make a video. So first example I got is this dude trolling some YN. And for some added context, if you don't know, Durarara takes place in Zone 6 Atlanta. It's really Tokyo, but we calling it Atlanta for the sake of the video because this is really some Atlanta ass shit, bruh. You do not see this shit anywhere else. So basically the main character Mikado is chilling with Henri, and they basically end up getting pressed by these hot Cheeto girls, you know, be at school and 7 AM in the morning fighting and shit like that. And Izaya comes out the cut, you know, to try to help. And he immediately starts trolling and then makes fun of their looks and stuff like that, even cuts one of their bags, causing them to drop it like a broke nigga dropping their Android and the battery falls out. This young nigga right here presses him like trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho. And this nigga talking about some, what's your problem, dude? You wouldn't do that shit to me. The bitch ass nigga had your ass talking about. But he was dead wrong. He trolls him some more and rage baits some more to his face and says, oh, it's a robbery, I'm so scared. And proceeds to cut this nigga hair off with a switchblade. And proceeds to embarrass that nigga in front of the bitches and send his ass home crying. All while doing this shit nonchalant as fuck, I might add. So after that, nigga basically introduces himself, all while trying to get information out of them, because if you don't know, this nigga is a info broker. And in the middle of all of it, this big blonde ass nigga throws a trash can at Izaya. And his name is Shizo Heiwajima. And that brings me to my next point, this nigga's beef with Shizo. And this is what really cements his status as one of the greatest rage baiters of all time. As you can tell with that last clip, Shizo is nothing to be played with. He is a D1 crash out. Nigga be moving like Lil Dude from Atlanta. Shit got so bad, niggas had to switch him down. That nigga is nothing to be played with, yet Izaya trolls him every time he gets a chance to. It's a reoccurring joke in the show that each time this nigga pulls up on him, he causes Shizo to get mad and throw stop signs and vending machines at this dude. And if you're smart, you would know that this stuff costs money, and each time he breaks it, he's the one that's paying for it, not Izaya. Basically because this nigga is getting so mad that he is being rage baited. Shit goes back even further, and this nigga Izaya was committing petty crimes and ended up getting caught for one of them, and then listed Shizo as one of the accomplices. And that shit sent that nigga over the top. That nigga was once again throwing vending machines at the police. And to this day, I still don't understand how Shizo never caught a charge for that shit, cause that is crazy. Throwing a vending machine at a police officer is absolutely insane. But they end up letting that shit go, cause that nigga obviously didn't do it, and they end up catching on that it was all Izaya the whole time. But it should be known that this nigga did lose his job because of that shit, and that is another reason why this nigga does not like Izaya and is easily rage baited by him. Also, that shit took place right after high school when that nigga was going from job to job, and all because that nigga was getting framed by Izaya, just constantly rage baiting and trolling that nigga. Like, gang, do you know how many hours you have to put into rage baiting to get a nigga fired from a job, let alone multiple? Like, show me a nigga who is doing that, bro. Show me somebody who's on his level doing that. My top 5 rage baiters is smoking on yours. My top 5 is Izaya. And led into the story, this nigga Izaya starts treating this shit like a science experiment to get this nigga that mad. He starts studying this shit. Like, this nigga is wondering how this nigga is still making friends and shit like that, even after all his violent actions, and still studies his relationship with his friends in order to make this nigga mad. But that's all I'm gonna speak about with him and Shizo, because if I continue talking about those two's beef, it's going to turn into a philosophical video, and I'm not trying to talk about that for real. But what I will talk about is how much of a rage baiter and instigator you have to be to low-key start a whole damn gang war. And I'm being so dead ass right now. Just listen, man. So basically there's a small conflict going on between the yellow pissy scarves, the Crip squares, and the broke dollars. And if you don't know, the leader of the dollars is Mikado, the main character. And the leader of this whack ass yellow scarves gang is his best friend Masaomi. And not to mention, this nigga Izaya has had multiple run-ins with this nigga Masaomi. So throughout the series, Masaomi is starting to become suspicious of his friends and what they've been doing, and how they've been connected to some of the weird shit that's been going on in this whack ass city of Atlanta. And since Izaya is an info broker, he has information on them niggas. And And instead of using it to clear up misunderstandings and shit like that, this nigga uses it to rage bait Masaomi, therefore causes this nigga to have even more paranoia than what he already has, being the leader of the Yellow Scarves. And when you think about it, this nigga is really high-key a master manipulator as well. Like, what the fuck is that Ayana Koji? He ain't really got shit on this nigga for real. Like, what are we talking about?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So this nigga Masaomi has a shawty named Saki, who almost got turned into a new strain by his ops to Crip Squares. And over time, this nigga Masaomi realized that these niggas are all lame, and he wants to leave. And here go Izaya, sitting up here instigating and rage baiting this nigga Masaomi, saying on the lines of, hey, you really gonna let these niggas get away with that shit? You not gonna slide? These niggas left your shawty in the hospital. All while giving this nigga small bits of info here and there. And obviously I don't remember what they are, and plus I'm not going back to go look for that shit, so you just gonna have to look that shit up yourself. And that leads me to the next point, this nigga Mikado being the leader of the Dollars and how Izaya has manipulated and instigated this nigga. Basically, this nigga Mikado started the Dollars as an online chat group, bruh. Basically, this nigga's a top tier Twitter user, that's all. And as you can see at the beginning of the show, this nigga's a weakling and a bitch and is scared of every damn thing. But at the end, this nigga's a damn crash out and doing anything to protect his friends, all at the hands of Izaya. And since Mikado's a good noodle, he doesn't know any better that the people in the city are weird. And then here go Izaya and this nigga ear telling us, you can't do it, nigga, you can't control nobody, you might as well go ahead and stop. And through all of that rage bait, do you understand what this nigga did? Motherfucker shoots himself in the leg. This nigga Izaya has rage baited a nigga so hard he caused him to do self-harm just to prove a point. Like, this dude is overly wild, bro. He's the type of dude that will rage bait somebody to jump off a building. Oh wait,
I gotta bounce. Thanks a lot for proving just how ugly and immature you are. It's been real.
少しだけ
like that's dead ass insane. How you rage bait a shawty on suicide watch? Why would you rage bait a shawty on suicide watch, bro? Like, bro, I'm dead ass crying, bro. Had this bitch thinking, I'm pussy, I won't jump, and jumped off that shit. Absolute insanity. Anyways, that's it for my first video. Really hope y'all enjoyed that shit. Like I said, this is my first video, so the editing is ass, so y'all gonna have to spare me because I'm really on the music shit. You can find me on all the platforms at Y2J, that's Y2JXY, and that includes all my other socials as well, Instagram, Twitter, all that. And make sure y'all hit that like and sub button if y'all really like this, because I put too much time into this and this rap is not gonna pay for itself. Anyways, see y'all in the next one. Appreciate it.